Hey guys, how's it going on? This is Super Jades. I'm here with another amazing interesting HSR video. So Black Swan is already came out in Honkai starrail and it is an amazing dot character. If you are a dot lover, if you are a Kafka haver, you would like this character very much. And with this playstyle, there are many content creators in YouTube. They already posted many videos on Black Swan guide, Black Swan playstyle. Then you may be wondering why I am making this character guide right now. As you are seeing my thumbnail and title, it will be a character guide for Black Swan. It is too late, but I may say never say never. This will be a different kind of guide than the videos you already saw in the YouTube. It will be a simplest guide. Black Swan is a complicated character. She have a lot of words in his kit. So you need someone to simplify those words. The guides that you already have been seen in YouTube, those full of jargons, paragraphs after paragraphs, and full of maths, calculation, and all those things. I know many of the players like me, he or she only need to know what we should give this character, what things we need to bring to this character so this character can do a lot of damage, right? So this will be a new series in my channel, the simplest character guide, and this first one will be for Black Swan. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe right now for more of this kind of videos. I have a target of 100 subscribers, so do it as soon as possible. I know many of you are watching yet not have subscribed yet, so do it right now. Complete the target as soon as possible. Now I'll give you 3 seconds to subscribe. Go below and press that white button, then we'll start the video. So all the abilities and traces of Black Swans are really great. All the attacks, all the skills are really worth leveling. But her main ability, her main talent is really important. You should level up it as soon as possible. So her talent is called Loom of Fate, Fate's Caprice. It is a really simple ability to understand. Actually, who am I kidding? It is a little bit complicated ability, but I can say if we read this ability properly, if we listen to my words, what I'm going to say, so be with me. I'll try to make it as simple as possible so you can understand this ability at one go. It has a lot of words, a lot of phrases, and it has a lot of numbers. That's why when you look at this ability, you think it is a little bit complicated, but in reality it is not that complicated. It is really simple. So let's go word by word, and if you listen to me carefully, I think you will understand what it does, right? Simple thing of this ability is when your enemy get damaged by your dots like wind shear, shock, bleed, or burn, they also get affiliated with 1 stack of Arcana with each dot damage. So this Arcana ability, the stacks of Arcana is also treated as a dot. It is a wind shear dot. Now when the enemy takes their turn, they also get damaged by this Arcana stacks. The Arcana is symbolized by this green star symbol below the enemy's health bar, and the stacks on the Arcana is symbolized by the number on the green star symbol. Now when the enemy has 3 stacks of Arcana, their dot damage is converted into a AoE dot damage. It will deal damage to the enemy and also the adjacent targets over to the enemies. Now when the targeted enemy has the Arcana stacks of minimum 7, then the target's defense is also reduced by 20%. So this is a really great option to defense down the enemy. That's why I say this talent of Black Swan is really amazing, and it can amplify damage so much. So you need to level it up as soon as possible and as far as possible. Now this was the most complicated part of Black Swan's kit. All other skills and ultimates are a little bit more simpler side than this, right? Now let's talk about her skill. Her skill do damage to the enemy and also the adjacent target to the enemies, as all the Nihility characters do. And also her skill has a base chance of 100% to reduce the enemy's defense, and it is a really powerful effect because defense ignore, defense reduction is super powerful in this game. Oh, also your skill can put Arcana on the enemy. Now let's talk about the ultimates of this character. So this character has a really good ultimate. Obviously this ultimate deals damage to the enemies, as most of the ultimates do. Now it gives a debuff named Epiphany to the enemies. Now when attached to this Epiphany debuff, the enemies take more damage on their own turn. So when you are attacking, it will not trigger, the Epiphany will not work in your turn. When the enemies will take their turn, it will trigger and they get more damage on their turn. So you are thinking it is only for dots, right? Actually not. Dots is one thing. When your enemy takes turn, they get dot damaged and it will increase the damage, the Epiphany will increase. But when you do your ultimates on the enemy's turn, that will also increase the damage of the ultimates because of Epiphany, because you are attacking the enemies on their turn. So that is a really good thing. When you are using Kafka ultimate, it will trigger dots and it will increase the damage of those dots because of it. Also, I forget about telling this at the talent section. When the stacks of Arcana increase, it can increase up to 50 stacks. Most probably you will not get up to that unless you are playing the simulated universe, but still it is there. And also the Arcana stacks will get reduced or get resetted when the enemies will get their turn and get Arcana damage. But when you use your ultimate, it will keep the Arcana stack intact for one more turn. So that is a really good thing. So you can stack more Arcana and get more damage out of it. Now let's talk about the simplest thing in the Black Swan kit, that is the basic attack. It is a basic attack and it is the simplest thing, but it is a little bit more complicated than other characters' basic attack. It has more text, right? So it has a 65% base chance to inflict the enemies with Arcana when you are attacking with basic attack to the enemy. So that is the thing. Now let's talk about her technique. It is a really simple enhanced type of technique. So when you are starting a battle, you will always try to use this technique. It will give a chance to inflict Arcana to your enemies while starting the battle. It has a 150 base chance, so most of the time you will get 2 to 5 Arcanas according to your luck inflicted to your enemies. Now if I have to give you the priority of leveling up his abilities, then I'll say the talent is the most important one, then it comes to skill and the ultimate. It will be equally valuable, then it's come to basic attacks. And if I say so, all of these abilities are really good, so I think you should level all of this up, but first you should focus on the talent. Now let's go through her traces. So her first trace says when you attack the enemy with the skill of Black Swan, if the enemy has different type of dots like wind shear, burn, blade or shock, for each type of dots you get 1 stack of Arcana to the enemy. So when you are using his skill, if the enemy has all 4 type of dots, then the enemy will have 5 stack of Arcana from the skill. The next trace of Black Swan is also focuses on Arcana. It says when you are starting a battle, at the start of the battle your enemies will get affected by 1 stack of Arcana, and when your allies will attack the enemy and enemy will get affected with the dots by the allies, your enemies will get and again 1 stack more of Arcana. So it is a really good thing. You are stacking more Arcanas to the enemy and you get more damage out of it. The trace 3 of Black Swan is simply put, it increases the damage of Black Swan if you put more effect hit rate on the Black Swan. You need at least 120% of effect hit rate on Black Swan, so you can get the maximum amount of damage increase with this trace, that is 72%. That's why everyone in the guide video is telling you to give 120% of effect hit rate on Black Swan. That was the bit complicated part. It was a bit long discussion. I hope you understand this part. If you haven't understand, I will advise you to go back and watch it again so you can get a good understanding about the Black Swan kit. Now let's move on to our other part of the guide. So for her relics and planet ornaments, it should not have any discussions. It is a really simple decision. You should go for the prisoner set. It will give him a good amount of dot damage boost, and also defense ignore is really great. Also if you want more defense ignore, you can always go for the quantum set. That is also viable, but I'll say you should stick with the prisoner set because it will give you more opportunities to get your dot sets for other units also other than Black Swan, because you will also use other dot characters with Black Swan, right, like Kafka or Sampo. Now you have the 3 options for planet ornaments. First is Glamoth, second is the Herta space station one, and third is the IPC one that will give you more effect hit rate. But if you didn't farm the IPC one already, I'll say you should stay away from the simulated universe of that IPC planet ornament, because that is not really efficient to farm on that simulated universe. Rather than that, you should go for the Glamoth set. That is really great option if you already farm for it, or if you are going to farming on that simulated universe. You will miss out on the effect hit rate, but if you can get substats on your other relics, but if you didn't get that effect hit rate, you can farm for it also. For the main stats of the relics, I'd say you should go for the effect hit rate body, speed or attack boots, damage or attack percentage spear, and attack percentage rope. You can also use energy recharge rope, but I would say you should go for attack. It will be better for your overall damage for your character. For the substats, you should focus on attacks percentage, speed, and effect hit rate. Now let's talk about the light cone. There are a lot of good light cones for Black Swan. Now if you are getting a 5-star light cone, it will be always better from the 4 stars most of the time. Now, and if you are getting the signature light cone of Black Swan, it is a really great light cone and it will be best for her. Now if you are talking about a 4-star or some free to play options, Eyes of the Prey is really a great option. It will give you 40% effect hit rate and increased dot damage of 48% at S5. But it is not really free to play, because you will not get this light cone if you are not lucky at gacha. If you already played at version 1.1 or 1.2, you have already gotten a light cone that is before the tutorial mission starts. It is the light cone of free to play light cone of Silver Wolf, and it is also great on Black Swan also. But if you didn't have that Lightcon, you have other two choices. One is the solitary healing that you have in Harta store, and other one is the newest free-to-play Lightcon in MOC shop, that is its Showtime. You can also use this Lightcon. There are other Lightcons also that you can use on her, like Good Night Sleep Well, or 5-star Lightcons like Welt's and Kafka's Lightcon. But I'll say these 4 are really great. You can use these 4 Lightcons on her. I'm talking here about the free-to-play guide of Black Swan, so I'm not going to talk about all of her Eidolons, but her Eidolon 1 is really good. It reduces the resistance of the enemy. If the enemy has the burn, shock, wind shear or blade, it reduces the corresponding elements resistance. So it will increase the amount of damage you deal, not only with your Black Swan but for her allies, for the full team you have. So it will massively increase the damage dealt by your characters, other characters also, other than Black Swan also. So this Eidolon is really great. So I'd say for this character specifically, if you are confused about should you go for his Eidolon, should you go for his Lightcon, then I'd say you should go for his Eidolon. This Eidolon is really good. It will increase your damage massively. Now I also wanted to get her Eidolon, the E1, but if you haven't seen my video, the previous video where I pulled for Black Swan, I didn't win the 50-50, so most probably I'll not get her Eidolon. It's okay, but if you are going to get it, it is really great one. Now last but not the least, team building. It is a really subjective matter to it varies person to person, and in this game team building is really complicated because you can use one character then other character, and you can play multiple different types of play styles, right? Now for me, the best teams for Black Swan will be Kafka, Black Swan, Ruanmei and Huo. It will be the best team, but it will be a little bit expensive because you have 4 5-star characters in it. You can also use some 4 stars to replace these characters like Sampo, Gunaifen, or you can replace your sustain character with Lynx or even Natasha also. Like I don't have Woho here, so I am using Japart in place of her, and I'm using Japart with the Lightcon that gives burn to the enemy. So we get another type of dot on the enemy, so we can proc the traces of Black Swan, right? As I already told you in my traces and abilities section. I'd say Black Swan is a really good character. Her kit is really stacked, but if you have Kafka and if you don't have Kafka, that makes a massive difference. If you don't have Kafka, it reduces her damage drastically, but also if you don't even have Kafka, I can say that her character kit is really bad. She is a good character. You can use her with other 4 stars damage dealers or other 4-star dots characters like Sampo and Gunaifen and get value out of it. And I'd say if you really like dot teams, if you really want to pull Kafka in future, I'd say you can pull for this character and have fun with it, because the damages, the defense reduction, the damage amplification, all of these things make this character really good. So that was the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. This was the guide of Black Swan in a simplest way. I tried my best to make it really simple. Hope you enjoyed the video. Our target is 100 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed it yet, so right now go below and press that white button so you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell on, so when I upload any video, get to know that first, you get to watch that first. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep playing.